then maybe this won't be such an easy path as Mr. Saranthus tried to make it for the Na'Vi side. Inferno gonna be this first.
For the fight, VP is stalling the time, playing the bomb, and there's no way back in here for Na'Vi. It's just about brawling your way to something here. Good damage from Boomich, but it's not going to go anywhere. VP pick up the pistol. Those retakes do get sweaty on the A site, and a team ace for the T side as they get on the board.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, you got to look at this match and you think, well, how on earth could Virtus.pro lose this best-of-3 series? And that's just a guarantee that I have to give.
Careful.
It's not a prediction. That's just the way it's going to be. Anyway, we're going to check in now on the sidelines. We do have a reporter standing by. That's going to be Harry Russell. How are the conditions down there, Harry?
Yes, indeed. Trace Dennis around this. Thank you very much. The server conditions right now are looking pristine down here on the sidelines. And, well, over at top banana, Boomich has to fall on back. Drops that nade and does find some damage. And Dren taking up this position over at top banana. It is the force buy from Na'Vi. They've gone, I'm just going to pause a little bit here because they've gone for this smoke delay play on the CT side, right? You're going to hear this phrase, you're going to see this buy a hell of a lot in second round, specifically on Inferno, because there's so many little choke points, as has always been the case on this map, that you can just throw these smokes into and delay this round out. The thing that's very, very important here for Na'Vi is that they're pretty sparing with these smokes, because if you hold on to them, you can force VP to have to commit through a smoke at the closing, 20, 30 seconds of the round. And so that's what Na'Vi want to do here in round number 2. Now, if I'm VP and I've seen these 2 smokes come out, this buy is so common that I'm already anticipating that that's the decision from Na'Vi. Yeah. And so I'm imagining that they're really going to make it a bit of a focal point to try and draw out as much of this utility as possible and keep pressure up. Because the thing you don't want to do is allow Na'Vi free map control and allow them to hold on to these smokes. So now that they've gotten a couple out of the hands of the CTs, they set up outside of the A site, they try and get stuck in, and they do deal with the first man down in the pit. This utility is no longer going to help Na'Vi, and Boomich, trapped inside of the bomb site, gets wrapped onto, dealt with by Kicker, and this A site now belongs to VP.
Yeah, I think the key there is VP group up and they wait till all 5 players are ready to commit there. You don't want to, set up and execute 2 of your players go and then the rest gets smoked off. You want everyone to be on the same page. And so they go silent, and Na'Vi don't want to use utility because they hear nothing from VP. And then boom, an apartments drop, a second round taken, and Inferno continuing strong on for VP. Na'Vi going to save these pistols with the limited Kevlar that they have as well, but it's only going to be going into a full eco in the 3rd round. VP off to a strong start. No exits here for Na'Vi either, as they play safe inside the B site.
Just taking it easy over there in B. Maybe they're going to finally finish that construction there.
That would be cool, man. Like, imagine if on Vertigo, the next change, they make it that, like, more of the map has, like, been built.
Yeah, there are areas on the same floor that, like, are cut off that you can't see. Like, CT Spawn, there's a whole room, there's a whole area behind there.
What we need is, like, an all-encompassing lore to Counter-Strike, right? Like, every other game has some kind of lore. And like
I strongly disagree.
L-O-R-E, not L-A-W.
Yeah,
lore.
Law.
Once I realized that distinction, every part of me didn't like your idea.
Why not? It would be sick, like, imagine.
No.
Well, what was the name of the guy from the co-op missions? Like,
David.
No, it was something. It was like
Dimitri.
Dr. something or other. I don't even
Don't really care.
Yeah, no one really cares about Counter-Strike storylines. Condition Zero, was that the one that had single player? I'm pretty sure it was. Trace, you were a big fan.
Trace is actually a pro CZ player.
Get away from me.
Well, B execute here in round number 3. Na'Vi have a lot of players here. That's something in their favor, but, well, the kills are coming through. Boomich has actually not been cleared. They didn't molly this position, and Boomich is able to drop the bomb. It's not a worry for VP, but they know they need to get him out, and Jamie's just going to jump towards him. Boomich goes for the gun, and that will be where he's put down. Nice kills from Boomich, though. He really stalls out that plant. It's not going to be a winnable round for Perfecto, but considering it's a buy round coming up, he may as well give it his best go. If he finds a kill here, at minimum, it's going to mean VP don't profit from this round, and as a result, Na'Vi might be able to reset them with their buy.
He's hoping he can at least do some damage here, though. And there's some damage dealt onto Buster. Drops this smoke. Not really any time for Perfecto to grab a defuse, but there's certainly a chance he can find a bit more damage. Kicker pushing up close, plays around that smoke and does get him off the defuse. So that conversion locked in, the 3-0 lead solidified for VP. And now this buy round comes through from the Na'Vi side. Simple saved some extra cash so he could bring his own AWP out into this round here and now. This is a little bit scary as well, the fact that like Boomich remained unchecked at the back of the site. Don't love to see that.
If only he had an actual gun or anything more than a USP, you can imagine like how much more of a problem that's
very true. Like even if it was something like a PT50, right? Suddenly you're not needing to headshot that guy on the bomb what, like 3 times to deal with him. You know, you can just 2-tap a couple of fellas down with the P2. But of course, that's something that didn't happen. And we could talk about things that didn't happen all day. But I think what we should be focusing on are things that are happening. And it's Kicker trading out Adren over here at Banana, leaving us in a 4-on-4. And Boomich, an early casualty in this round for the Na'Vi side. Simple, raining that AWP out into the boiler. Now they know that he's situated over on the balcony. James will deal with Electronic early on in this round. And that's the man advantage back in favor of VP. Top mid control taken. Now Simple is still here. Would you rather go into a site with 2 other Na'Vi players or the A site with Simple in it? That's a decision that VP have to make right now. And they've decided to try and go toe-to-toe with just one man. Now, is that as easy as you might think? Simple is going to remove another before he gets dealt with by Buster on this wraparound through the long smoke. Simple was never ready for a man long. That actual moto smoke going down allowed him to hide in it. And even when those rotations came in through long, they didn't know that he'd pushed up. So Simple gets completely blindsided there. Now, Perfecto and Flamey left in this 2-on-2. Some damage has already been done to Kicker, but it doesn't matter. They can't deal with him. And VP going to find a 4th round on the board.
What's going to be an important reminder to the side of Na'Vi, Electronic figures that out in that round, is that you just can't regress versus VP when you give away map control, not without utility at the very least, right? James is so patient with that AWP, and he just sat here short side for a while waiting. Simple fires a shot from Balk, James posts up, Electronic walks into it. If you're going to regress, if you want to get that mid info in the spot, you're going to need to flash through for Na'Vi. And, you know, in a lot of games, you wouldn't need to. You could just take a dry peek, but James is always waiting around the corner. This man is brutal at the best of times.
And in the worst of times, he is saving around the corner. That is, I think, how the proverb goes. Either way, James not saving in this round. He's going to be walking right up to top middle with this AWP. Adren will be there to help him in a crossfire. It's Perfecto and company to include Simple towards the Porsche side.
Oh, bye-bye.
Well, I say Perfecto is going to take a nice catch there. Play a little back and forth with his old man Adren. Now we come down to a little bit of a slow in the action, which is ultimately going to leave Virtus.pro to give a banana presence to include the bomb. So they've got 2 players top middle just to cause a little bit of ruckus over here and keep some players on this A site. Meanwhile, in B, Boomich and Flamey, what can they do together that they couldn't do individually?
Well, still probably not a whole lot versus what will be a 5-man setup. Now, these smokes are there, and Na'Vi are using them well. Second stall smoke is going to buy more time. And oh my, look at the rotation. Na'Vi have made a read. They've made a gamble. And VP might opt to go elsewhere with that smoke coming down. They check middle, and Na'Vi stack B with 4. Now, the question is, does Adren want to fake out A, or do they want to fully rotate? At this point, it's taken all the time for VP to get grouped, and they have no info towards A. So it's safer in their minds to just commit. But that is certainly not the safe option in this scenario. Walking into the stack, walking in to the Lion's Den. Na'Vi have 4 players here. Molotov's not clearing out the back of the site. We know what problems that can provide. Simple's been boosted. Boomich is popping out with 1. Electronic through the smoke, dropping the bomb, wrapped back, and Simple will close the round. Na'Vi pick up a eco round. That's not even a force. That's not even Deagle armor. That's just CZ smoke.
The horrible thing about that as well for VP is that they get into the site, and as they arrive over at top banana, they realize, right, with the 3rd smoke coming in, they get the warning far too late that, oh my god, it's a B stack, and they just have to commit. There's 19 seconds left on the clock. There's no time for a rotation. So they go running into a stack that they're kind of anticipating is there, and they get churned up as a result. So now Na'Vi taking that round by surprise, putting their first on the board. And they're looking to keep things going in their favor now. Trace, you have something you might want to say here?
Yeah, I've got a couple things that I want to say here, and one of them being that Simple, Papito himself, and I'm not talking about Pasha, I'm talking about the Ukrainian version. The godfather of the AWP, the Undertaker, the one who shan't be silenced.
What about him?
The one that shall stop you from passing. He's going to be finding himself over here towards A with the AWP. Meanwhile, Virtus.pro, in the form of Adren, are starting to work their way up here towards this B, or A site, rather. Even looking towards the arch side. There's nobody there just yet. But Godfecto, well, he's going to be standing on the other side of the smoke, just keeping a little bit of an eye towards that arch area. A bit of a crossfire, too, with Boomich on the other side. Meanwhile, what this has done is create a massive problem for Flamey, who, well, has been caught off guard a little bit. It does seem as though his picnic is going to be ended early as Virtus.pro look towards this B site.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were throwing a fake. James is still AWPing mid. He just ran back to check it to make sure the Na'Vi don't have any aggression in this area. They will be executing into another advantage for VP. Na'Vi not stacked this time. A 5-on-2. Boost up is good, though. Boomich here's a Molotov, and no one's going to check it. Oh, the flash. He gets a kill before it pops, but definitely could have gotten a little bit more. Maybe even drop this bomb 10 seconds. If you could do so through the smoke, you could win the round here if you're Na'Vi. And Boomich has found a second. It's not the planter, but the bomb has gone planted for VP, and now they're going to try and get aggressive, regain some map control. Flamey was waiting for exactly that. Sanji does find success, and James with the AWP could post up towards the spawn, but he's been caught on the cross, tagged down. Flamey coming for the coffins. James has to hit the shot, and he does, but he's got 3 more to find.
Yeah, James has a lot on his shoulders here at the coffins, and he just dodges that shot from Simple. Not enough on the second time around, and a defuse will come in for Na'Vi, but James gets that close, makes that very, very uncomfortable for the Na'Vi side.
Simple v James is such a sick matchup, and the reason
really
being is because these are players that play for the clutches. These are players that play for the end of the round, right? You're not going to see James being the first dude in, running up mid and dying in 20 seconds. Like, this guy is always playing for either the save or the clutch, and he gives it a good go every time. Now, Simple shuts him down in the one-on-one, but James certainly makes things look interesting. And VP, they're going to force off the back of that. They save a bit of money, but by and large, heavy investment in this 7th round.
I do feel like with James as well, like, we still see him saving a hell of a lot, but it feels like, he's more useful to the team now as like a piece of the puzzle, right? He's not just like an alt bank account. And in this round, well, the bank accounts are getting busted. It's a real crunch of the credit kind and the one over in top mid here. Simple on with another 3rd in the round. Busto is getting ready to give it a go. He wanted to be the 4th man into the maws of the beast, but Flamey just rushes short and deals with him. So Na'Vi, they'll get that 3rd round on the board. Well and truly recovered this kind of lackluster beginning right after VP go 4-0 up. Na'Vi looking a little bit slow to start this map, and then they win it with that in that anti-eco round for VP. With the B stack, and since then, everything's come up Na'Vi.
Yeah,
still no money for VP either, man. That's rough.
I mean, they did force, so it's like their own undoing,
I guess it's more like, that force is just so quick, I didn't even have time to register that.
No.
Yeah, that was a force buy.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely didn't need to do that. They could have full ecoed and bought this round, but yeah, they wanted to go a faster round. I like the approach from VP, right? Look, very quick, up arch, try and get in the face. Simple was there. Na'Vi, or I guess VP were hoping Na'Vi would be running heavy early B setups. And that has been a read that VP have been making, right? Na'Vi have been going for triple B, quad B at time to time. And VP, even in the pistol round, avoided that. So trying to get ahead of it again, that will not be the case there. And this should be Na'Vi equalizing the scoreline with really nothing in the hands of VP. Just these pistols. And for James, not even that. Sanji is up alongside. He's got James nearby him. Buster in the banana. Nope. Nice shot. Sanji dinking Perfecto down. Does actually find a timing to Archway as well, but Perfecto knows about the possibility and he's watching for it. Just going to give it up. His teammate's taken down the long player, and so Sanji, while he may have a very powerful position, Na'Vi don't care. They know he's stuck here. He can't really get any value, and they're going to be watching it from the site as well. Simple in a very obnoxious spot to deal with, on top of the boxes, holding library. And yeah, good luck getting out of this one alive, VP.
This has gone pretty well for That of Navi up to this point, albeit the scoreline does put them down. They've clutched onto these bomb sites.
Ooh.
And Sanji, well, he's going to clutch that trigger. He's going to pull it just a little quicker. Flamey goes down in the meantime, but Boomich is going to round this one out completely. 4-4. Right down the middle.
Yeah, now we get to see that reinvestment from VP, and it feels like we've been waiting for that for a little while. You know, let's not forget that buy in round number 6 didn't really have all the bells and whistles. Then they force buy in the 7th. They finally take an eco in the 8th. And that allows them to have a buy here in the 9th round. So we do get to see even the AWP back in the hands of James. And maybe an early duel down here for mid. Simple tries to play around with the timings, and he was just a couple of seconds too short of dealing with Sanji. Obviously, didn't want to overstay his welcome out on a limb in mid, especially with that Molotov that was down towards T-ramp starting to fade. That would have allowed VP to spill over into middle, and Simple could have found himself in a very bad spot very, very quickly.
Boomich getting flashed from Flamey. He only has one, though. You've got to time it right. Boomich doesn't want to jump the gun, and that grenade is excellent from VP. He's actually going to bail with the flashbang. Ops against it after getting grenaded and predicted here from the T side. Could have been a pick off it up, and Navi going to gamble. I like it. They're always so fast at rotating a third player to B. Simple is here ahead of time. VP might not even commit, but if Simple can get a kill and, you know, even send VP out of this site and make them back up, that could be excellent. VP now know they've heard the AWP go off on B. They know Long's open. Adren's found his gap. He's found his timing, but is he ready for Simple to be so fast in the library? And he's not. Simple, he is like on rollerblades, speeding, skating through the map. He's back towards A, and that's where VP are hitting.
Yeah, VP hitting a little differently. And they've got their eyes set on the prize of A's site. They are stacked up. They are just about as close as you could possibly be without being in the site itself. Now Buster and company were flashed a bit. That noise is going to cause Electronic to try to spam out and stop that bomb planter yet again.
Ooh,
they take out Perfecto. They can't stop the bomb plant. It's Sanji with all of the answers. Navi, what was a disasterful hold of the A bomb site, half conceded it. The bomb planted for Virtus.pro. Simple and Flamey may wise up on this one and get out of there, and that's going to be a 5th round for VP.
Yeah, you don't want to give Jamie the post plant any more options here if you're Navi. The AWP can be so strong once a bomb has been planted, and yeah, I mean, 2 players in the site spamming for the plant as well. Like, that, obviously, I understand why you would go for it. If you drop the bomb, it's such a good position there for Navi, but you just give away the fact that you have 2 players inside of the site and VP just swing wide and clear it. We've been seeing that smoke on default become more and more common, right? Just smoking off the site player, dropping it on the stairwell of default plant, and just sticking the bomb, because typically you don't really get punished for that for some reason. So VP get away with it, and you see they just go lane side. They go out wide on the Moto to just clear the back of the site. They get both players from Navi. Moto smokes down, and Navi is smoked out of the round. So a big save coming through with the AWP dragged forward. And let's see if that was worth its weight here for Navi. VP taking the lead back temporarily, perhaps.
Oh boy, Simple and James. They want to have a little bit of a shootout here, but James a little bit wiser than that. He's going to drop a smoke while all this action's going down on Banana. It's Boomich to find a Dren. And that's going to leave Virtus.pro starting this round out with a man deficit. You don't love to see it for Virtus.pro fans. He's going to try to make some noise here and cause a fight. Maybe even drag out some more utility from the side of Navi on this B site. He's got 1 smoke pulled, and he's still got 2 players over there. But their eyes, the eyes of Virtus.pro are set on A. The bomb's going to be joining them as well. That Molotov's going to prevent what would have been a very fast play.
Ooh,
Perfecto,
wow.
Well, somehow able to take down Sanji after Sasha has fallen.
Yeah, that's not fun for Simple. That's not what he wanted, but it's a good little hero play for Sandy, who gets flashed out short side. VP a man down, though. They're going to try and hit this B-bomb site. James coming back late with the AWP. 2 players here for Na'Vi. Like you said, utility is a miss, so gunfights have to hit, and Buster, well, his certainly has. Flamey's dropped the bomb, though, stalling out of the pillar. He's found the head. He can't hit the shot, though, and Buster's found his second kill. Bomb plant can come through here for VP. Just about enough time for it. Na'Vi on retake, and no flashes to get through this CT spawn either. It's going to get re-smoked. Buster's got an angle. James playing bait and switch as well. This is a perfect setup. Buster tries to cross, and he gets punished for it. James swapping out weapon, going to the AK and forcing a reload. He's even got a molly for that very open bomb plant as well. No smoke for Perfecto, and this isn't going to be a perfect round for Na'Vi by any means of the word. James waiting, and he's got the shot for VP. A 3-on-4 inside of the B-bomb site. Perfect stuff.
Yeah, and they say James time, but that's an evidence of a different version of James time, where he's saving the round for Virtus.pro.
Something that I think is a little bit worrying for this Na'Vi squad as a whole is that right now, the man that a lot of people look to is like the number 2 in this squad, right behind someone like Simple with the electronic, right? And here at the Road to Rio, he is having one of his worst performances in the last year. The only event he's actually done worse at was Blast Pro Moscow. We remember how that one ended for Na'Vi, right? They ended up leaving in last place. So if you want to look for win conditions for VP, maybe the fact that Electronic has been struggling as of late could be a ways of getting in.
Yeah, but that Moscow event, I do believe, was Zeus's
with
actual...
Zeus, last event.
Like his very last event.
Yeah. So yeah, there is like a big caveat by that one,
conundrum,
right?
you know?
Yeah, but still, I think for Electronic here, even if you look at like how he did in the Pro League, right, which was also an online event, fared much better there. So it's only been very, very early days here at the Road to Rio. We don't have a lot to go off of.
Look at this, though.
Look at this, man. They've snuck all the way around long. Getting past.
Oh no, look at the Apps player as well. He's not even been spotted. Adren's in the site. He hasn't cleared Balk. There's a dude just sitting there. Simple's going to have to double back. He doesn't know. They're so close, but he's going to hit the shots anyway. Perfecto is here to support. They're both going to swing. Perfecto's got a kill, and Simple's not even had to try with his 1 HP. James down to 25, and missed shots. The flash is good. The shot doesn't connect. James with a pistol. Simple has one of his own, and he's closed out the round with it. 4 kills.
He does it for Simple.
Baby.
Good stuff for the man. That was quite a showing of force. Able to put a hold on himself. 1 HP. Look at this next shot. Bang. That's the one you think, okay, surely he's dead to rights.
First bullet.
Craziness.
Like, Kicker just got so deleted. I wouldn't even know how to feel if that happened in the server. Like, just one tap with a USB by a guy on 1 HP who goes on to kill everyone in the team. And oh dear, they've accidentally whirred the engine up inside a Simple. Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as James starts peeking mid-aggro, right, like feeling the need to find a kill, to find an advantage, that's when you know when Simple is just going to pluck him out of the round, not let him play into it. A rare early death for James. He has been top of the server, or top of the team rather, Simple top of the server. I don't think that's a surprise. 16-4. And by the way, he killed someone mid. He's B now. He's Coffins. Blink and you miss it. Fastest rotate in the West, and he is in the right place as VP work their way up Banana.
And in my mind, that's, you know, some of the appropriate usage of an AWP is to get it mobile, get it moving around that map, keep the enemy guessing as to where they, you know, have to be careful in these one angles that they're usually just flying out around.
On this map, that's the perfect play, right? Like, you see teams basically, like Fnatic yesterday, when they played this map, they basically went, okay, where's Zywoo? Okay, well, let's go to the other site. They hear the AWP shoot, and they just instantly go, okay, well, guys, we're going B, or we're going A. Well, that's why Simple rotates. That's why he stays active, because VP are constantly guessing.
This AWP on Simple is both a bad and good omen at the same time. And there's like a little Valorant joke hidden in there for any of those guys.
Is it because you're so brave? Is that the... Oh.
No, not really, but there we go. Kicker gonna get past this smoke at B and actually does deal with Flamey. All this pressure now falling onto Simple's shoulders, and he hears this bomb going down. He's calling for the rotation.
Oh, we saw.
Adren almost getting caught out, going to run back down Banana and tuck himself away. Now, no one from Na'Vi coming from the Banana position. Instead, all three of them looking to filter through this CT choke point, and this could get a little bit dangerous with Kicker. It's Tech9 lying in wait. Crossfire set up with Adren. Sanji's holding off the Ruins wrap. Sanji not able to win over Electronic, but Kicker is able to best Simple and Perfecto and Electronic. Never mind, Kicker just gets them all. You don't even have to change to Adren because Kicker's Tech 9 is just that damn good. 7 on the board for VP as they keep this lead up over the Na'Vi squad and now have a pretty decisive path to, at the bare minimum, win out the half with 8 rounds because there's no money for Na'Vi in this next round.
Yeah, sick round for Kicker, right? Think about the concept. Oh! Wow.
We didn't get to see that last kill from his perspective.
1 bullet.
Kicker, you little Tech 9 user.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know, that was a big round for VP to win. Remember, James died in mid to start the round, and then VP execute into Simple in that B bomb site, a man down. They still win it. VP have now won 2 disadvantageous rounds in that B bomb site. Simple again making matters hard though. Hero, a couple of guns in this round. Oh, he gets spotted, and he escapes just about after killing Sanji. Like trying to get a fall as well. Kicker chasing Banana, catches Boomich again, caught behind the sandbag, not able to get anything done from that position. So the resmoke is in for both sides. Kicker, is he going to pop through this one? That would be a ballsy call, but it would be beating the rotates. Na'Vi are trying to throw players at the problem. Flamey is going to have to fall off as he sees these T's get through, but Adren gives up the bomb, and that's been dropped at the feet of Na'Vi. The boost up, and Simple's got another second kill of the round before he departs, and now Jame and Buster have to do it again with less.
Ooh, flash goes in and Jame is fully blinded. He does manage to get himself tucked in at New Box, but Na'Vi are already aggressing. They know that he's here, and somehow that's only the tag onto Flamey.
Really good work though from Flamey.
Yeah, Defuse going to come through. 6th round on the board for the Na'Vi side. And a B retake that finally goes their way. Approaching the end of the first half now, and I said that VP might have just set themselves up to win out the half. Well, Na'Vi are able to steal it away with the force that they put together in that round. So certainly not what we were expecting. And now no money left in these VP bank accounts. Oh, how the shoe is on the other foot. Also, you got 2 feet. We also got, well, we got 3 streams. That doesn't really work there, but it almost does.
So don't worry.
Yeah. Well, we'll stay away from the 3rd leg as we focus on stream B. Of course, over there, it's Hard Legion taking on Prosto. And right now, this one is almost split right down the middle. Now, my maths not quite checking out. If I said it were down the middle, for that, it would have to be 9-7.
But surely there are more hits in the server right now for Nickelback than there are records sold. If I had to guess, we don't know, but overall, that's something we keep our eye on. The ESL_CSGO-C, twitch.tv/in front of all that, and you will find this game featuring Simon and Espada. Now, Espada, the team that really did give Na'Vi a run for their money yesterday, day before yesterday, rather. And, well, now they look to do more of the same. Yeah,
Dexter looks like a real promising player from the CIS region. So, yeah, that's definitely a matchup that y'all should be keeping an eye on. We'll keep you updated as best we can, but it'll be more kind of big picture as opposed to the nitty-gritty. Now, we will focus on the nitty-gritty in this round. VP, they've gone for a 4-spy. Tech 9's almost across the board. They really do love a bit of the Tech Nina on this T side.
This is, you know, twice now in the half where VP have forced in rounds that if they ecoed, full ecoed, they would have had a rifle in the next round. Now, obviously, if VP win this, it's excellent. But if they lose it, they're going to be broke for the last of the half. That would let Na'Vi likely take the lead. It's a gamble, but will it pay off? Na'Vi gambling themselves with 4 on A. Boomich is left to his lonesome on Banana with no utility though, only a flash, and this is, oh, dangerous. Like, okay, so I like it from Boomich. He gets a kill, he gets damage. The issue is, if you're gonna play like that, you can't be the solo B player, because look at what VP have done. They immediately double down, they immediately take the site, and Na'Vi are left retaking. This was a problem for Na'Vi the other day. They won the game versus Espada, but they would always leave a player with no util on the solo B setup, and you can't afford to do that, because it leaves you with nothing. Boomich, he has let VP into this site, and now Na'Vi have got to take it back.
Yeah, that's no easy feat. Banana is smoked at least, and that keeps Sanji out of the picture. Lots of damage dealt by Perfecto, but not a single kill to come in. Flamey tries to put them up, and he gets put down. Now Simple 1v3, and this 1v3 is anything but simple. Looking for these kills. That's the best he can hope for now. And he's spraying through this smoke. He anticipates they're waiting for him. Simple's going to survive this. Just about. Really just about.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of that from Na'Vi. Like, we keep seeing them do it, and it's such a glaring error that you can just so easily patch up by, you know, it's always Boomich, and Boomich is the guy throwing utility at the start, and it makes sense. But then Boomich should be playing that rotate role, because those are the rounds that you lose if you don't do that.
Yeah, especially because it's not like, you know, having utility in terms of like smokes, it's going to help massively when it comes to retaking the B site, right? Like, I don't think you could justify not putting a smoke in top banana earlier in the round over saving a smoke to smoke off banana when the T's have control, because they're never going to play like a 4-man banana setup, right? You're always expecting the majority of contact in the bomb site itself. So yeah, it is a bit of a curious one, and we're only talking about it under such a microscope because this is not the first time we've seen it from Na'Vi.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, that's like the worst example of how it can punish you, where VP don't play anyone in banana. Boomish thinks, oh, I see a guy B, let's take a fight, I got a one-on-one, I'm going to win it. And he wins it, but then 4 players rush him. Like, you know, that's not common. That's not going to happen every day. But when it does happen, VP win the half, and so that's a guarantee here, and they might be even going up one step further with that kill. Simple caught out in the library, VP drop the AWP, and now they just elevate the pace into the A site. Sanji can drop pit side. Oh, doesn't need to. He falls on the head of Electronic. The corpse gets stomped, and Sanji is stomping inside of A. It's going to be another round for VP at the end of the half. Na'Vi, no say in this one.
Oh no, poor Flamey. Oh, you hate that, man. You're trying to just rotate. You're just trying to play the game, and you get cut down on rotation. A 9th round on the board for VP. They are looking convincing at the end of this first half as they try and go 1-0 up in this series on their map pick. Can they beat Na'Vi here on their CT side? You're going to have to join us in just a moment to find out, so stick around.
Every single roadblock, we got 2 hearts that beat in time. And the tide was looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise. Dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. Take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, all night, see up all night. It'll take it all or nothing at all.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Virtus.pro, taking on NAVI.1XBET, and of course, I'm going to be joined by that of Harry and Hugo. And we are ready to get things back underway here. The matchup of the ages, Virtus.pro taking on NAVI.1XBET. And we are on the second half of Inferno.
Woo! Alrighty then, folks. Yes, indeed. And Trace, that was a great British accent. I really think you've nailed it there.
Dude, it's almost as pretty as a chandelier, isn't it?
It really might be, Trace. And, you know, I tell you might be swinging from chandeliers after this one. It might be the VP squad. An early celebration of picking up this map. Can they pull it off, though? That is the question. They're going to start this round with a man advantage. On to Boomic, no less. And Navi grouping up now over here in middle. They leave Banana. They rotate Simple away. So this is going to be an A commitment. And this would be the perfect time to pull one of these in. Although, yeah, the thing that makes me think it might not be an A commitment is these... Oh, no, wait, they got a third smoke. Never mind. They went and got that. Now it's A. I was going to say, with only 2 smokes, it's probably going to be B, surely, because you got Coffins and CT smoke. But now with all 3... they can afford to draw this round out, have a bit of trickery. They smoke off the long side. That lets them get out into middle, but that does put them in the firing line of Sanji. They deal with it nice and quickly. And now they try and move on in. No Moto smoke down, despite having 2 smokes here for the Na'Vi side. And that's going to allow very, very fast, very fluid rotations for the VP side. They've given VP a one-way with one of these smokes. My goodness. These smokes are not a good investment for Na'Vi. They've not really gotten the best use out of them.
Can't even see them.
And they've made this very hard for themselves here at the A-bomb site.
Oh, dear.
Na'Vi building some defenses there for VP to work with. Very nice of them to offer a helping hand to the CTs in that round. Obviously, like, it was just a missed smoke. Like, it's just a bit of a meme, right? Sometimes you make, like, these things. They're like little jokes. And and that's what that was.
Wow, thanks for that, Harry. Yeah. Humor, breakdown now.
Now, I will say, and of course this has absolutely nothing to do with the game. And
Right?
Well, go ahead then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
a little bit of humor, I think, goes a long way. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm not a scientist or really in any professional medical sense of the way able to tell you this. So, you know, heed it with your own warning.
So say it.
Happiness and smiling prolongs life.
Well,
Yeah,
I
sure,
guess,
dude.
yeah, like, no, definitely.
Yeah.
But also, like, maybe, you know, like, yeah, there's some merit to that. I think the happier you are,
I mean, you know, you smiling
better your
ain't going to
life
stop
is.
you from getting, you know, hit by a truck. So look both ways before you cross the road.
There you go. Hugo
That's
B.
my
Byron.
advice.
You wouldn't get it.
Rule mortal.
You wouldn't get it,
Yeah,
guys.
Hugo actually doesn't feel emotions, so of course the idea of
Guys,
being happy is foreign to him.
I think I'm beginning to feel. Okay.
I have feelings every day. Well, Na'Vi now setting up at Banana, and now setting up for the follow-up round, most likely, as it is just this eco. They get churned out by the MP9s. There were a triple stack of them over at the top of Banana. Na'Vi, you're not really hoping to find much in this round.
Yo, Trace, how's that 2-0 Na'Vi prediction coming along?
It's looking splendid. And I actually said 2-0 VP, but obviously you guys weren't paying attention.
I don't
Either way,
recall that.
obviously in front of us is the truth. And that is it. Just perfecto and simple left here with a Glock and a Deagle. Against insurmountable odds, it almost seems. 10 rounds for Virtus.pro. Timer has ticked down just a little too far, and the best Simple could hope for in this case would have been a bomb plant. Instead, Adren will turn him in to mince meat.
This is bad. Perfecto wants to die. And they do give it to him. Now, if Jane wanted to get really tricky with it,
I think he
could
wanted
have just
to.
purposefully delayed that.
I think he wanted to, but Perfecto was shooting, right? And Jame was scared that he was maybe going to shoot at him. He hadn't actually spotted Jame in the
gonna
box.
shoot at him.
But,
Please do not shoot at me,
Please,
Perfecto.
I would not like to be shot. fair request, I would say. Maybe not in Counter-Strike, but Na'Vi, while they're rooting, they're tooting, and they are looking to get back on this T side now, as Simple's been left to a Galil in this rifle round to enable utility. That's not a pretty picture, but what can they do with it? Still essentially a bonus round for VP with no M4s in play, 3 Famises, 2 MP9s, but a boatload of utility to follow, and Banana is theirs as a result. 3 players here early, throwing the grenades. Na'Vi still looking to take B off the back of this, going to be responding with some utility of their own, but Adren can still smoke this one off. And Buster, he's got a full kit as well if needed. Na'Vi are not going to be committing to this execute here. They're just taking the top B control and looking for fights. If the kill presents itself, then they can commit, but right now they've just forced a good bit of utility out of the likes of VP.
Oh, that re-smoke comes in at top mid at the perfect time. And if Na'Vi try and go through this smoke, there's a little boost assembled on the other side. Now, they do go ahead and disassemble it. Jame has another smoke, and it feels like he's toying with the idea of, he's like, Sanji, come on, bro. Like,
trust me.
I get it, you know, I know it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, you're going to get shot out from the bottom.
Me.
Yeah,
and Sanji just, he says, Jay, mate, I'm done. I'm going to B. I don't even want to be on the same bomb site as you. And now this little feud might have broken things up here in this round for the VP side. It leaves them with just 2 players at the A side of the map. Jame goes hunting for rabbits as they hop through that smoke, but he only puts 1 up on the board before he's traded. Adren does deal with Boomich on the rotation. The MP9 of Sanji gets away with so much damage, and Simple, while he's trying to trade, he gets busted by the Buster. Flamey now 1v2, 1 second left. Obviously an undoable round, and I knew that as I began that sentence. 12 on the board for VP. As they now double up the scoreline of this Na'Vi squad. Inferno looking to hold true as a good map for Virtus.pro.
100% win rate in the last 3 months. Well, that's holding strong right now, and even versus, you know, the best team in this entire region. So not a bad start for VP in this series. Of course, you know, they've got to win a BO3 at the end of the day. Train has been very good for Na'Vi, and that's what's coming up next. So got to take it round by round if you're VP here. Eags out for Na'Vi, bit of an eco with that hero gun. Well, no longer existing, of course. Flamey dropped in apartment. Someone can grab that weapon, and Electronic is near enough there. But yeah, 6 and 15, bit of a slow one for Electronic. Hoping for a resurgence maybe in this round. Na'Vi looking for anything they can get. B-Execute might be the solution. It's smoke and a flash and Perfecto. That's all they've got to play with. And they've not even got their hero AK here. Electronic is beginning that long rotation back towards this B-bomb site, but it is going to be lengthy indeed. And at that time, VP can pull a rotate. They've thrown Jame through spawn to B. That's going to make things even more difficult for Na'Vi if they weren't tough enough already.
Yeah, Na'Vi with eyes on a somewhat tangible bomb site, but that's becoming less and less of the case. Jame gonna be watching onward from spawn. Another Molotov drop there in the choke point that would allow Na'Vi to egress themselves into the site. Now here comes that CT smoke. A follow-up Molotov from Busters. He drops off Boomich. The first one to grab a kill here on this hit of the B site.
And Adren is trapped. He is stuck at Nubox, just dancing around. They haven't been able to deal with him, and they're still trying to. Finally, Boomich puts that kill up on the board. And this leaves Kicker and Sanji in a 2-on-3 retake. Now a 2v2 retake at the B-bomb site, courtesy of Sanji leading the charge. Molotov going to make things a little bit hot for Boomich, and that's almost the lineup. Kicker not able to find that kill, and that looked like they had the round in the palm of their hand, but it just slips away. A 7th on the board for Na'Vi, and it is Boomich to get them there. 3 kills in that round, 352 damage done, and it's him to open up B. It's him to deal with pesky little Adren, who just refused to go down at the back of the site. No one else from Na'Vi was even looking at Nubox, by the way, which was a little bit worrying.
Getting shot from it.
Like, Adren was just swinging out, peeking, still alive, and I don't really know where they thought he went. I guess they just really trusted Boomich to have that kill.
We've been seeing a lot of Tech 9s in the CIS region as well, right? Like, actually coming into good success. Boomich does a lot of work there with his Tech 9. So I'm you know, personally welcoming the comeback of that gun.
I really am as well,
I've given it a try a couple times too.
I'm not a fan personally, but it's okay. It's not great.
It's not what it used to be, that's for sure. But
and it definitely shouldn't ever be
yeah,
that ever
that's not
again.
a complaint, just a statement.
lol.
Yes. Bit of a lull in the action here as Na'Vi gets smoked off at top B. Sleeping at the wheel, perhaps. No one wants to be caught. VP are playing a passive A setup with the pistols here. They've forced up again, as VP often do. But this is a good force. They win it, well, that'd be excellent. The alternative, however, more likely is Na'Vi start to build into this game. Better late than never on the T side. And I like the VP aren't falling for these fake players. Na'Vi are throwing utility at B. They're actually going to start to contact play it because they've seen nothing. And so VP gamble with an A stack. But Na'Vi, well, the bomb's top mid. They're about to make the call. Guys, B's clear, A's stacked. And they've realized that as well. Electronic has seen 3 players and only kill 1. It's a gun gifted. It's a B site lost. Na'Vi have the bomb here in time. Got to make sure to clear new box. Boomich has got to go and do that because, of course, players have been sneakily hiding in these positions in the past. Simple gives a bomb to someone else and scopes up.
Yeah, and
wouldn't want it any other way.
Surely the calm was made in Virtus.pro after that too, when it got a little quiet after the firefight. Maybe there's nobody else here. Maybe the bomb, you know what? We haven't seen it. Or maybe we have, and well, it's got a mind of its own, you know? So, yeah, Navi's going to pick up this round somewhat easy. Buster's going to be able to take home this AK. As sort of a consolation prize in the round, but an 8th one for Not a Sincere.
Always a chance that they can get Flamey's rifle, but the more players that accrue here for the Na'Vi side, the less likely that becomes. And yeah, Sanji ain't getting his hands on a gun anytime soon. 8 on the board now for Na'Vi. 4 between them and this VP side. And as Hugo did a good job of highlighting, that was the forced buy in the last round for VP. That's going to leave them with nothing in this one outside of what they were able to save. But that's where you're lucky that you're able to save pretty much everything, including this AK on Buster. He's dropped his Deagle over to Adren, and so everyone has a little something heading into this round for the VP side.
Yeah.
Essentially, it just lets them run back that force buy round again. So I like the decision to save there and not to over-aggress, right? Save means save, as Rush often reminds us.
Yes, he does. I even hear him saying it under his breath sometimes, just walking around the office. It's wild. Either way, a flurry of frags. And by that, I mean just one, Adren. First to fall, the first casualty of the round here. And
Only player without armor.
Yeah, well, he's out of it no matter what. Armor or not.
I think he's saving for the AWP for James as well in the follow-up round. Otherwise, I would have imagined he would buy armor here. What a spray. Buster, the transfer of a lifetime, finds both players up top B. He gets Simple and Boomich. These have been the 2 players that have been making this happen for Na'Vi, opening and closing almost every round. And now it's down to the bottom 3. Perfecto, well, he's just grenaded himself at the top of Banana, as you do. I'd love to see what happened there.
Oh, no.
And this round is probably done.
That's not great. That's really not great. But can they deal with the punches they've been dealt, even to themselves in this round? Electronic and Flamey, 2 on 4. And they're going to get these guns out of Banana at the very, very least. Backing off now. 30 seconds, and this bomb not really showing any progress. Is this just a save from Na'Vi?
It might have to be. If they can get a timing up A, they can get the site. James is watching from ult, obviously, but he's not in a position where he's going to get kills. He's only
a save. They're backing
gambling. Oh, dear. Na'Vi could have won that round, man. If obviously, they're not to know that. But they go up mid. It's a free site. James is likely playing retake from that position. And, you know, that's a viable round for Na'Vi with an AWP.
It's beginning where it ends as well. These stories often do.
I think that's how they end, not how they begin.
Look, man.
Look at this.
It ends
this
where
is
it begins.
Sick.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, this was the beginning of the end for Na'Vi, with Buster mowing down 2 players at top B, headshotting Simple on the transfer, and Perfecto blowing himself up with a grenade. Yeah, that doesn't bode well. James got the AWP. That's something we were waiting for. Adren's gifted that gun over, and well, now he's got to take on Simple, who at least dragged this gun, or someone did, into this round. Electronic, I think, saving that weapon.
Buster throwing up on this little boost. It's going to give him some vision down through Banana, and even as all this utility is coming in, they keep the boost up. Somehow, Adren wasn't getting burnt, but Buster was. That's a curious one. They've still been able to do damage over at top Banana, and they very much kept this in the favor of VP. Meanwhile, James, putting up a double kill over at the A side of the map, has left VP in a very hot spot. However, you can't hide from Simple. You should know better, Buster.
Wow.
There's running, but there's no hiding. When Simple's on the other side of that scope, oh dear, there actually is hiding, and it works very well. Sanji there shows Buster how it's done.
The complete opposite of what we were just talking about is actually come true here. And it does prove to be a bit of a nightmare for Navi.
To quote Henry Gray, something epic is going to happen here, and then the polar opposite happens.
I mean, that was pretty epic.
It actually was pretty epic, but yeah, turns out you can hide if you're hiding in the right place. And Sanji certainly was. Right place, right time, and a good round for VP to find a 14th. With it, they've brought the economy of Navi into disarray. This is a very mismatched buy, not helped by that decision to save a few ago when they were in that 2v4 up against the force buy from VP. Jane boosted up, makes quick work of Boomich. And a man down now for Na'Vi in a force buy against 14 for Virtus.pro.
I tried to find the clip of Perfecto suiciding with a grenade on Skybox, and all you see is he's standing there in Banana holding a grenade, and then he suddenly explodes. It's like, you know, it's like he was like holding it and the timer ran out. But that's not a thing in this game, so I really don't know what happened. That's kind of funny.
You mean the timer on the grenade?
Yeah,
like you just like cook the grenade.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. But right now, well, it might be VP getting cooked inside of this site. Adren, he's throwing down a Molotov. He's trying to create a bit of a barbecue, but Na'Vi, they can't even get past the fire and flames. James has got past the smoke, but he's turned away right as they drop into the site. Simple with a charge, but James strips it away, dropping the bomb and leaving Electronic on his lonesome. Oh, he's found the first, but he's got to get this kill quick. He's got to find the man at the back of the site who is buying time for these rotations. Electronic jumping out. Adren can just swing this fight, and Sanji's there instead to finish it off. VP 15-8. They are not letting their foot off the gas, and they might just have closed out their map pick.
They actually might have. Scary scene, all things considered, but yes, you are right. The map pick here of Virtus.pro. Now we look at Inferno overall, guys. What do we think about Navi's Inferno before this matchup, before we have the scoreline that we have in front of us?
I mean, we already talked about that CT side, right? Like, Navi love gambling on this map, and to be fair, a lot of the gambles they made in the first half were really good calls, but they also did the opposite, which was, you know, leave no utility solo B player who would get caught out, and that was a bit of a problem versus Espada yesterday. So it's a repeating factor for Navi. We're seeing the same situation, and right now on the T side, lacking the rounds to make this game competitive. Double digits seeming unrealistic, but that kill could be everything. The gun, the orb, Boomich gets the one. He should realize, he should know that there are more here because he's seen the kill feed. Dread is dead, that's not the man with the orb, but Boomich is only for a second. The pistol is out, he's chasing him down. And the smoke will at least provide safety here for Na'Vi.
Go on, Boomich, keep it going. Run it back.
An absolute mad lad. Boomich on a tear through the B site. Sanji's going to wait top middle and find Flamey, but the bomb's been planted in B. On the back of Boomich, really pulling up the handbrake there and sliding right on in to the DM that is the B site.
Yeah, a deathmatch indeed, as the 9th round appears on the board for Na'Vi. Boomich, the hero that Na'Vi needed.
Yeah, he came alive at the right time. Wild scenes, all things considered. We're going to watch it back surely via replay, but he gets the kill through the smoke, and you're thinking, okay, well, maybe Boomich is thinking he's gotten the guy he's initially chased. Wrong. That's not the case. There's 3 people there. He drops a flash. Next thing you know, he's fighting another guy behind sandbags. Watch this, everybody.
Yeah, okay, so the damage there, 90 damage to James in the smoke, doesn't kill James. And in that round, James survives. James saves the orb. And this is what Boomich is doing to the rest of his team, just duke, 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 with the Tech 9, just tearing them apart.
Just a mad lad. We need to get a post over there on our mad lads about that. Because he's just full scent right there.
Is it going to be enough, though? Is it going to keep Na'Vi in this game?
He went for a Mach 10 in this round, so I'm imagining we're going to see something very, very fast out of Boomich once again. Now, is it going to catch VP off guard twice in a row? Here's the thing, like, you're up against match point. You have money to buy an AK, so this is very, very purposeful from Boomich. I'm curious what the game plan is with it. They're setting him up over here at Banana once again in this round, and he might look to pick up the pace. And at the very, very least, right, if you're the first man in with a Mach 10, you can just lay down covering fire with the flashes, you know, draw the attention away from your rifling players and allow them to create some space. That's like a worst case scenario. Best case is what we saw in that last round from Boomich, and that is that your pace does just blindside the opposition. Now, setting up in the apartments, but to do that, you've got to get past this double boiler hold, and neither Flamey nor Electronic are up to the task, but Boomich might be. Oh, there's James deleted. Fast Boomich in the server. Oh, he's got the tag onto Sanji as well. He's almost taken another round by storm, and this allows Simple to come in on this wrap round. Sanji has absolutely no idea. Simple has got this round in the palm of his hands, and a 10th now, surely on the board for Na'Vi. Buster looking to save. And who knew? It was a speedy Boomich. That's what we needed as the solution from Na'Vi.
And Simple, he finds 3 headshots. He had the bomb, Harry. He was on the solo long wrap in that round with the package, with the plant, and he still kills everyone inside of the site. I love that from Simple. Boomich as well, man, chasing them down. You could see VP, after James gets a kill from Boiler, they wanted to get out of there. Kicker has to kill Flamey in the stairwell, and they can hear Na'Vi coming up mid. That's why VP are so scared. They're scrambling. They're escaping the apartments, and Boomich, well, with good reason, with good, you know, decision, because he is chasing them down with the Mach 10. We'll finally go back to normality. An AK in his hands here, and, well, nothing but a Zeus in play for VP. Sanji's got a deke, but that is about it. Just waiting back at 15-10, a 5-round lead to deny any kind of overtime shenanigans here for Na'Vi. This round shouldn't be theirs, but let's see what they can do on this B site.
Give me the Zeus. Come on. Kicker. Probably not going to get a chance to use it, as sad as that is to... Oh, Boomich, almost. You can see the head right now. You can actually see it over the top of the boxes. And oh dear, he doesn't realize. Leads to him walking into this crossfire of Buster and Adren. Na'Vi still stacked up at the B bomb site, but they've got 2 players waiting in mid. And Apps. Flamey actually leaves. Oh dear, Simple getting tagged as well. It was a dink, but it wasn't a lot of damage. 20 health rather from that bullet. And Perfecto, luckily enough, mop and bucket, he'll clean up these eco kills at the B bomb site and navigate the danger of this round nicely. Now, there wasn't really much danger in this round, yet it's still starting to get a little bit scary. 11 on the board now for Na'Vi, looking to make this comeback happen, looking to take us to an overtime in the first map of this series. They only had 6 when this little streak began. Now looking good on Na'Vi. Is it going to be enough, though? They need another 4 in a row.
Oh, this is viable. This is realistic for Na'Vi, but is it attainable? That's the question. 3 in a row for Na'Vi. 7 needed. VP would have to bottle this game. But sometimes those 4 rounds can, you know, go by in an instant. VP, they don't have a lot of money in this round. They've got the AWP on Jane, but no kits for the retakes. It will be saves if Na'Vi find plants. And obviously the utility is lacking as well. VP have had to gamble with a triple B to throw those grenades, but Sanji with an early rotate. Middle is still being held by the likes of Kicker, so luckily enough, they don't have to worry about long being open or Sanji being, you know, wrapped on a timing. He's back into the A site. Na'Vi have no interest towards middle. Lots of utility going up top B, retaking this area. VP have grenades to respond. That's a nice little chunk onto Perfecto, but Na'Vi going to be running right back to that bomb. Maybe looking towards the A site after all. Sanji has begun his rotation towards B, and, well, the worst possible point here for VP. Na'Vi are about to execute into a 5-on-2. James, he could be the hero here. He's got the AWP.
Navi leaving this one down to the wire. They've still got some time to work with, but as they sneak down the short side, James ready to throw a spanner in the works, peeks wide, somehow survives the swing, and they've given James a second chance, now a third, and not able to hit it the third time around is James. Flamey does best him. This A site now belongs to Navi. And if I know VP, as well as y'all know VP, there should be a save here from this squad. Makes sense as well, right? Because this lead that you have is starting to slip away. You don't want overtime to be decided by, like, you know, just the money flat out. You want to feel like you got to play some rifle rounds at the very, very least. And by holding on to these 3 weapons, you know, I imagine we don't see an investment in the next round. That's what I would like to think from VP,
That's
right?
how you dig a hole here.
Very much so, especially because if you invest in this next round, you're going to be in a very, very weird spot where, like, some of your guys can buy in the future, some of them can't. And you know, we've seen that be the downfall of teams. So I think, you know, with the decision to save 3, very, very purposeful. I'm hoping that means that at the most we maybe see, like, these players they take one away.
Yeah, now they're definitely not buying. I think that's secured it.
I hope that, you know, like Adren and Sanji maybe drop over like some pistols, allow the other guys to get some armor behind it, and then you've got like a fairly decent chance to do damage, and that looks to be the decision, right? Yeah, you can get some utility with it, and that's exactly what they do. So VP, they keep that buying potential open into round 29, and that's what you want to see.
You know, Simple's feeling good. Like, what a risk to fight logs there in you know, the post-round time. Like, obviously he gets a kill, but there's a world where he gives an AWP back to James, who lost his on the A site. It was unsavable. It was irretrievable for VP, but Simple takes the risk. Of course, not punished for it, as this man often isn't, but that's more credit to him than luck. Navi trying to take top B. They got the flash through the smoke, the Molotov on sandbags. They don't have to clear the corners. VP with 3 on B again on this gamble eco round. Sanji has no grenades, but got a couple of smokes in play here elsewhere. 1 left on that B bomb site, 2 towards A. I like how Navi are being methodical, right? They take the apps from the start of the round, they default B, they go back towards middle, but they leave, most importantly, someone in B, so that if they do want to decide to go back, if they do want to change their mind mid-round, Banana's still an option. Navi, though, they seem convinced, they seem committed, and they're going to be moving up middle right now. That bomb is running back again. Having a look? No, just throwing utility, setting up a library smoke to allow Navi to begin to wrap this A site. Electronics been smoked off on short, actually, by Kicker. That's a good timing. 30 seconds left. They can't afford to wait this one out, because not only will time be a problem for Na'Vi, but those rotates will be in play. Sanji's already here from that B bomb site, and Na'Vi just have to wait this one down. It's going to be up to 20 seconds as they decide to commit.
And it looks like you're going to try and wrap long here on the VP side. Now, Electronic and Simple are keeping an eye on exactly that. So even though the time is low, they deal with all the threats inside of A. They get the bomb down, and it ends up being a flawless round for Na'Vi. 13 now on the board. And this is where if you're VP, you know, maybe you weren't sweating before at the start of all of this, right? When you're on 15 and the guys on Na'Vi are only on 8 and they start to get a couple of rounds and you're thinking, it's fine. You know, they're a long way away. We've got rounds to play with here. All that matters is that we get that 1 to get us over the line. Well, now suddenly they are right behind you. There's 13 on the board for Na'Vi. An investment coming in for VP in the very next round. But obviously, if that one doesn't go their way, they're forced by. And I think the thing that's problematic there, they're not even able to hold on to these rifles. And this can really hurt, man. That's kind of horrible because you don't even attempt the round, obviously. Like at the 2-on-5, you don't even get to play the round, and then you get hunted down. So you don't even get like the bare minimum reward you were hoping to take with you. And now a tactical pause called in for VP, and you understand why. This has left them in a really, really rough spot. If they buy up in this round, which I'm imagining is going to be the case,
yeah, definitely.
you know, they will at least have a chance, but I think it's gonna tempt VP to play very, very safe with like a focus on worst case scenario. We hold on to the weapons, we run it back, we have another chance. Over on the C stream though, you'll see they've gone to a second map. Espada taking the first over Simon Gaming, moving into Mirage. Simon Gaming, it's actually a bit of a weird round here, down to a 1v1 in an anti-eco.
Well, talk of weird rounds, Na'Vi are full of them. They have pulled this game right back into their favor. You know, well, not favored here necessarily. They feel in control, they feel in command, and VP are bowing down to Navi's will. The Orb's out for Jame. Loads of utility and the kits here. VP at least have to consider the retakes if they, get enough kills on the defense here. Navi are going fast though, throwing a spanner in the works deep into this matchup. James holding down the line with the AWP with this triple gamble towards B. Navi, a team that love to do that themselves, are no strangers to this setup. The flash is good. Perfecto is able to spot the AWP, and that might be enough info that sends Navi in towards A sooner rather than later. That's what James is hoping as he begins running back through CT spawn towards A. The bomb there as well on the back of Simple and middle, and apartments continue to be controlled by Navi. VP haven't really had any say in this position on this half. Flamey going to be setting up util, but they are committing B, avoiding that AWP on Jame. Flamey's just trying to sell the fake that should keep Jame in position, but Sanji has actually already begun his rotation. He knows he has utility that could be very valuable towards this B bomb site.
Ooh, an aid
Nice.
onto the coffins. Does bring Adren down a little bit. However, this three-man stack at B, leaning in VP's favor. Molly delays the push even more for Na'Vi and gives them a moment to maybe reconsider, but their mind is made up. They look to take B, and that nade has found monstrous damage. They've got to overcome the odds here, and Buster, Adren, and Sanji have held the fort. Simple left up all alone, and this would be a clutch of the ages, but it's not going to happen. Buster with a hat trick, and the map goes the way of Virtus.pro. Na'Vi try and pull it back.